What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Alton Podcast, episode 21. Hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your week. Austin, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, man. We got another fantastic topic, and it was like 82 today.
82 in Florida, huh?
82.
Humid or no?
Not bad. I actually got some sunlight today, man. It was great.
Oh, you got some vitamin, what is that, D? Vitamin D?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D. That's always nice. You know who didn't get vitamin D? Google Stadia, because it sucks.
Yeah. You had to expect that, though, with that negative latency claim.
Yeah, that was just...
Come on now.
BS. Let's be real. So for the people that don't know, negative latency, according to Google, means they're going to use AI to predict gamer predict gamer movements, and then the AI predictions are then going to, I guess, auto set into play, causing zero or negative latency because they know there's obviously latency going over a remote server.
Well, there's latency in any game.
Right.
Anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were trying to use this AI as a new way to combat that, which was really smart.
Mm-hmm.
So in their defense, it hasn't been launched too long.
Yeah, it's been about a week.
They did say that the AI was going to take time to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be so horrible right now because that AI is still learning.
Yeah. So,
But
I want to mention that specifically with this whole AI machine learning thing, obviously, like your FPS games, you're going to notice like major, high latencies, high ping, stuff like that. But, I've heard that if you're playing like story games, for example, like Red Dead Redemption 2, that things actually aren't that bad because you're not really focused on some high intensive, fast paced gameplay.
yeah, the high intensive gameplay is going to take the longest for the game to get good at.
Mm-hmm.
For the AI, I should say, to get good at.
Right.
It's going to be a learning process. Maybe Model 2.
Yeah.
If they make a second model.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which would look probably pretty good, once that AI learns what players are doing.
Yeah, so actually, I don't think there's going to be a second model because there technically currently is no model.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
I guess the next big bulky update, give it a couple years.
Right,
give
update.
It a year
I
or
think
two.
that's what we're trying to get at here.
It needs some gens. Give it Gen 1, Gen 2, maybe up to Gen 3.
Right.
And then see what it can do. Because the AI has the potential. I do believe that it can help promote reduced latency.
Yeah.
I would not say negative latency.
Right. They're only saying negative because it's a prediction. That's the only reason why they put negative in front of it.
Yeah. Now, for the typical gamer on a typical game, it might be fairly easy-ish to predict with an AI what the player's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's any kind of game that has, like, the hidden items to find,
right,
then the player has to check every crevice, and there's going to be no rhyme or reason to how they're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's going to go away from the norm.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's like, what does the AI know? Does it only know the main mission? Does it also know the side missions? Does it not know any of the missions, and it's just guessing based on your previous movements and selections? I mean, there's a lot in play, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about the free roam games, the open worlds?
Exactly. I mean, that's one of the main things why people are, confused with the whole AI thing is because, like, if there's no set direction for the game, how does it know what to predict? It's that simple. You can't predict something when there's not, like, a steady path that you're going based off of.
And some of the lineups for these games are really good. Like, just to name a few here, we have Assassin's Creed Odyssey, one of those open worlds, gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah.
Destiny 2, kind of the same thing, just Dash 2020. That should be very easy, being the moves that have been predicted.
That's fair.
Mortal Kombat 11, again, that should be easy. I see that game being a really good one to play on Google Stadia in about 4 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Just because there's only so many combos you can do.
Right. But to be fair, that's a fast-paced, high-movement game. Very finicky timing, So, we'll see what comes of that one.
And they have Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
They have Farming Simulator, Football Manager 2020, couple idle games there.
Yeah.
NBA 2K20. And they're listing a whole bunch of other good titles coming soon.
Right. And, the game library is great. They definitely got the right library to at least start this off. And it's obviously a good selling point. But considered the news and the reviews that have come out in the past week or so, I don't know. I honestly don't think it's going to hold up. Like you said, there might be like a V2 update type thing, but if we're talking an AI here, AIs take a long time to learn. So it's really hard to tell when the next major thing is going to happen with Stadia.
Mm-hmm. And, they are doing the whole $10 a month thing. Mm-hmm. The initial buy comes with 3 months of the premium membership.
Mm-hmm. And that's so worth it.
Yeah.
So worth it.
They are saying that they can do, Google Stadia works well at speeds of 10 megabytes per second or higher.
Okay. Yeah.
As long as it's constant.
Right.
And again, with their theories in mind, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But just with the natural flow of how things usually work.
Right.
Just look at your computer for an example. We were having a hard time with Discord streams.
Mm-hmm.
And you were getting, 40?
Yeah, 40. Well, before that, it was 120 download and upload. But it was unstable, obviously.
It was unstable.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, will they see similar issues of just having a really good connection that's every now and then hit or miss? What's that unstable part, that missed packet, going to do with that AI?
Right. And, some of those results have come out just for a performance aspect. Google, I think it was, if you want 4K graphics at 60 FPS, they're recommending a 40 megabyte download speed, which is, I would say, very low for the type of product that they're proposing. But, like I said, this is in a lot of people's hands already, and it's really hit or miss. It's either it works good or it works bad. And, there's people with, Ethernet hookups with 100 down, a gig down, that are saying that it's terrible. But then there's also some people with 20 download on Wi-Fi saying it runs good. So, there's obviously a lot of network factors when it comes to, internet and, Ethernet and gaming and over remote servers. There's a lot in play there. But, obviously there's going to be inconsistencies because it's over the internet only. But what I'm trying to say is that those consistencies have obviously been confirmed.
Absolutely. But that's the same with anybody playing any kind of game online. There's sometimes just some issues, and it takes time to work them out. Sometimes it's user end, and sometimes it's server end. I do wonder how they will grow from here, as far as, are they going to continue to, is it going to become more popular?
Right.
Is it going to kind of slowly increase the library of games?
Now, personally, I love the idea. I love the product. I love what they're trying to do. It's just not good enough for me yet, performance-wise. But, just think about playing Mortal Kombat on your phone. Come on. That's just awesome. Or playing it on your laptop on the go. You don't even have to bring the Chromecast with you. And even if you do bring the Chromecast with you, that's pocketable. The biggest thing is the controller, and that fits in any bag.
Absolutely. And the controller, I'm glad you brought that up. It reminds me a lot of the PlayStation controllers. It's a little bit thicker, kind of mimicking the Xbox there a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's really similar to the classic controllers we're all used to, no matter what console you play. And I think it looks comfortable.
Yeah.
A little blocky, but comfy.
Yeah, in all the reviews I listened to, I honestly didn't hear any complaints about the controller itself.
Good, good. That makes me happy. At least if you're good with the controller, what you're holding, the game, that'll take time, but it'll grow. It'll get better.
Right.
What do you think the stream value on this is?
Like, if people stream on Twitch?
Yeah. Do you think we're going to see more Google Stadia streams?
I mean, I don't really click off of a stream because of what console or type of PC they're playing on. So, unless it's stated in the title, I would definitely be interested in seeing how it runs, I guess. But, if it runs good, and if you're playing maybe like a story mode game where, there's not a lot of high, intense gameplay, then, I wouldn't mind watching it.
Oh, yeah, I think it'd be a good, whether they're streaming on Xbox, PC, or whatever. The streams are always good. They always look the same. It's the same game, after all.
Right.
But I wonder if there's going to be a high influx of people streaming off Google Stadia that maybe couldn't stream on a console because they couldn't afford it.
I got you.
Or couldn't stream on a PC because they couldn't afford it.
Yeah. I feel like naturally that's already going to happen. Or maybe already even is happening. That's just inevitable, to be honest.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this kind of pans out in the next 6 to 8 months. Especially with the new year coming. Everyone does big updates come January.
Yeah.
And then to see how it goes in the next holiday season will be very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, touching on that holiday season, I wonder if we're going to see like a lot of these purchased for the holiday season for maybe like new to the scene gamers. Because, it's a cheap, I guess, console, if you want to call it console. So I honestly think a lot of parents are going to look at this and say, oh, that's not that badly priced, and Google is a well-known name. I think we're going to see a lot of these come, the first couple weeks of January.
I'm hoping so. I would like to see someone that has it so I can experience it and maybe see it in like a Best Buy.
Ooh, yes.
So I can play it.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get a feel for it myself to see if I like it or not.
Right.
But, there's some good pros and there's some couple cons. They really say this kind of if you're a competitive gamer, you like things fast, they don't recommend buying this product.
Right.
And that makes sense.
Right.
But it'll get better. Maybe that'll change in the years to come.
Right. But if you're just into kind of some casual gaming, especially some story mode stuff, maybe it's something you might want to buy. $130, I think, is how much the Founders Edition costs, and that's pretty compelling price point if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see. And with that, we thank you guys so much for listening to today's podcast. Make sure you guys stream us on your favorite streaming platform. We're on all major streaming platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. And if you don't know which one to use, you can head over to altonpodcast.com. Try them all out. Pick your favorite. And also be sure to follow us on Twitter and Discord at Alton Podcast. And stay tuned for that Instagram.
Absolutely. And don't forget, guys, just recently we joined on another streaming platform. I don't know if Colton caught this.
I did.
We are on Overcast.
We are on Overcast. And if you guys are curious about all of them, we're on the ones I didn't mention. Overcast, Pocket Casts, and Radio Public, and Breaker.
It's a whole bunch of different places to find our stuff, man.
Oh, yes, it is. And it's very exciting. I'm not going to lie. All the platforms.
It's great.
Thank you, Anchor. Oh, you can listen to us on Anchor, too. I guess they're not just a distributor. They're also, you can listen on Anchor as well, anchor.fm/Alton Podcast. And with that, we thank you guys again so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next podcast.